On episode 196 of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, we're going to discuss resolutions. Are you doing them right? You can find the full show notes for this episode at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/196. Have you decided you're ready to make a change? To reclaim your health and fitness? The 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is here for you. I'm your host, Alan Meisner. I'm an NSAM certified personal trainer with a specialization in corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. Let me be your coach as you find your way on your health and fitness journey. All right, let's go. Have you signed up for our newest 30-day challenge? It starts January 1st, so please sign up today. Go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/log and join us on the 30-day Log Your Food Challenge. Yes, for 30 days in January, we're all going to work together to log our food so we'll make better choices for our bodies and our health. So join us at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/log. So let me start this out with a question. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty person? I want to share a statistic with you, and I'm going to share it with you in two different ways. And then you take the way that you hear it that kind of resonates the best with you. And reality is I'm telling you the same thing twice. But okay, here's the deal. 8% of the people that make New Year's resolutions stick to them, okay? 92% of people who make New Year's resolutions do not meet those New Year's resolutions. So start thinking about that. Now for me, I prefer to focus on the 92. And the reason I say that is that it means that a lot of people have good intentions going into the new year. A lot of people. And the vast majority of them fail to realize that goal. They fail to get what they were after as a part of the New Year's resolution. And I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that they were out of line with what they wanted. So it's not like someone's going to say, this year I will win the lottery. Chances very, very low. I don't think they're picking low odds things as their resolutions. I think they're picking very high odds things if they would just stick to a program, if they had a plan, if they did all the right things. I do believe that more people would be successful at their New Year's resolutions. So why aren't they? And I'm going to go into that a little bit because I think that's the core of this. A resolution is a very weak thing. A resolution is something that 92% of people fail. So if that many are failing, it's okay. It's kind of like saying, I took this test, but only, almost the entire class, 92% of the class failed this test. So the fact that I failed it, well, of course I failed it. Everybody fails it. Well, not everybody. There's 8% of people who do. And so I don't think that 8% are special. I think they just happen to be in the right frame of mind, in the right stage of their lives, to do exactly what they needed to do to get that resolution to occur. So today, I want to share with you how we do that, okay? So the first thing, and if you've listened to me at all, you're going to hear this word, you've heard this word over and over and over, and you're going to hear it again today. The word is commitment. Are you really committed to meet this goal? Do you really care? And there's two ways that I can know that you care. Okay, and here's how you're going to prove to me, if I sat down with you and asked you these two questions, you could prove to me that you care. So the first thing I would ask you is, why are you making this resolution? Now, most people say, well, it's New Year's, and I'm supposed to be thinking about all the changes and things that I can do to be a better person next year. And I'm like, well, that's great, but that's not a why. That's just compliance with expectations. Everybody does this at New Year's Eve because that's when everybody does this. It's a new year, new opportunity. I can be a different person if I want to be, but this is the year. So what is your why? And you can pause this right now if you need to, and just spend some time really letting that sink in. What is your why? And then once you have the why, now you've said you want to get healthy next year, and you have a why. You have a very compelling why. For me, it's my unborn grandchildren. I want to see them. I want them to know who I am. I want to be able to teach and share with them and be a part of their lives. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm not here. I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm not healthy. And I want them to see me as the grandfather that kicks butt. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to be the grandfather that kicks butt. So my why is that. It's my family, okay? And it's the fact that I've worked very hard, that it would be terrible for me to have the last 20 years of my life where I'm actually now free to do what I want to do, but then incapable of doing those things. That to me, that should be a tragedy. So I want those things. That's my why. And so take some time to think about what your why is, and then couple that with the vision. Now, I kind of gave you a little bit of my vision. When you can kind of, if you can think of the kick-ass grandfather, that's who I want to be. I want to be the grandfather that when they say, "Hey, let's go out and play kickball or frisbee or throw the football around," I want to be that guy that can still do that with them. I want them to see that in me. I want them to feel happy to come out and say, "Hey, Grandpa, let's go play soccer on the beach," or whatever. I want to be that guy. So that's my vision. So what is your vision of what health and fitness looks like? It can be very different than mine, and it's not wrong. It's yours. So when you couple your why with your vision, now you, in essence, have what I call a vow. And just like when you get married or you profess your faith to a higher power, through religion, in both of those cases are very emotional wise. You're very compelled with what's going on around you. You have a vision and of what that means to do that and what that's going to be about. And so all of that pulls together to say, okay, this is that same thing. You're just making the commitment to yourself. You're making the commitment to do these things for yourself. And it's not selfish. It's exactly the opposite. It's selfless. Because, like I said, I want to be there for my grandchildren. I don't want to be the grandpa that has to sit on the porch or is in a wheelchair, or worse yet, isn't able to even do those two things, to be anywhere around where they are as they do their cool things. I want to be in the action. So, I have my why, I have my vision, and I put it together in a very compelling vow that I know I can stick with. Now, here's the other side of it. The vow is with yourself. And do you love yourself enough to make this vow? Do you? Because you can have all of the top, thoughts of, I want to be this, I want to be that, make the resolution, but this is not just going to happen. This is going to take a lot of effort. Now, my wife will tell this story, so I'll tell this story. When I first met her, we lived 6.5 hours away from each other. And when we first met, even though we both really liked each other, she said, "I can't date you because you don't live here. You live too far away." And one of the things I told her when I wanted to be a part of her life, because I knew how good she was going to be for me, I told her, "I will drive here and be here with you every weekend." And she thought that was talk when I said that. She said, "Oh, you're just saying that." So when she gave me the opportunity, and it's not the Dumb and Dumber type of, "Oh, so there's a chance." No, she actually gave me a chance. But probably in her mind, it was a lot like the Dumb and Dumber because she didn't really think that I could pull it off. She really didn't think that I would be there weekend after weekend after weekend, when it meant a lot of driving, a lot of schedule coordination, and a little bit of effort. Maybe a lot of effort, but it was worth it because now I have one of the most wonderful wives I could ever hope to have. And so as we kind of go through this mindset of realize the passion I have for her drove me to get in that car every Friday. It drove me flying in from Malaysia to make sure that I landed in Pensacola. So I'd have to fly out of Pensacola. So all my scheduling, all the things I had to manipulate about being around and doing that, I did it weekend after weekend for months. And finally, she recognized who I was and what I was willing to do for her. And it changed everything. The results happened. We're married. So, as you kind of start looking at this and saying, okay, Alan, why did you tell me that story? It's about commitment. And it's about sticking to it. So I made this commitment to her. I would be there every weekend. And I made the effort to be there every weekend. And that's what you're going to need to do for yourself. If you're going to make this type of commitment, it's got to be, I'm going to eat well every day. I'm going to work out on a regular basis. I'm going to drink more water and I'm going to eat less sugar. And all those different things that you're going to do to improve your health and fitness, you have to do. You have to execute on. You've made the commitment. So it's not something, I'm going to have a cheat meal. Well, not until you get to your goal. Don't have a cheat meal. And even then, why do you need a cheat meal? You don't need a cheat meal. You might want one, but if you want one, then what's the real question there? What are you really after? What's the real goal? What's the real vision? Will that cheat meal help you reach that vision or not? So when I say people fail their resolutions, it's because they don't put that much into a resolution. It's not a commitment. It's a statement that they didn't even intend to follow through. And if they don't, look at who would blame you? And the reality is, if I didn't make that drive every weekend, who would have blamed me? But then I wouldn't have the wife I have today, because she would have given up on me because I gave up on her. So you can't have the vision if you're not willing to do the work to get to the vision. So as you sit down this next couple days and you sit down, you say, these are going to be my resolutions. And I do encourage you to make them, but don't just make them resolutions. Make them commitment. Commit to be somebody different. If that's the vision, if that's what this is all about, if that's why you'd be doing a resolution, then make it matter. Make it important. Make sure you're in that 8%. So now, if weight loss is one of the things that you're interested in doing, I do have the Surefire Results for Weight Loss program. It's open right now. You can go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/surefire. For 28 days, put you on a very simple lifestyle change program. It's just 3 simple lifestyle changes that you do. There's a Facebook group to help keep you accountable, to help make sure that I'm engaged with you. You're going to get daily video lessons on why and what we're doing with these life lessons and these lifestyle change things we're doing. And then you're going to have access to me as your trainer to just talk through things through the Facebook group or through email. I'll be there for you. And I'm so sure that you're going to see great results in that 28 days that if you don't, I'll give you your money back, because I don't want to take your money if you're not interested in actually making this happen. So if you make the commitment, disguised as a resolution, you tell people, I resolved to lose weight this year, and I know how I'm going to do it. I have a plan, which I didn't really get into, but let's back up into that. So I have a why, I have a vision, I have a commitment. I know I have the self-love to make this thing happen. So I have everything in place. Now I just need the plan. And I think the Surefire Results program that I've put together is kind of one of those easy start plans that it's not this drastic change everything in your life and go 100% day one type of thing. They're just 3 simple little lifestyle changes that everybody can do. Literally everybody can do these things. This is not, you say, well, I've got this disc problem in my back, or I've got that or this. No, practically everybody in the world can do my program, and they're going to see some results. I just know it. And I'm so sure about it. That's why I called it Surefire Results for Weight Loss. And that's why I know it's going to work. So if you need help with a plan, there's a plan, okay? And I really like what this has turned into. I like how this program was working for people. I like how it's designed. And I like that so much that I'm going to start designing more of my programs that way so that they're available, they're easy, and you can pick and choose the ones that fit your vision and align this with what your vision of a healthier, fitter you is, and literally put it together. But I only have the one together now. But I'll be launching some more this year. That's my New Year's resolution is to do more for you, to be more accessible for you by making these programs both affordable, available, and guaranteeing them. And if they don't work for you, then okay, by all means, I'll send you money back. But think through what this means. Okay, so as this is going live, we're right in that mode of thinking what we want to do and how we want to do it. But this year, do it different. This year, really make it that commitment, and then find them and really tie into your self-love and your vision and your why, and put that all together into something that's really meaningful, something emotional, and then find your plan and stick to it. 28 days can do a lot for folks, but that's just a start. That's just building some basic lifestyle habits that I know will go a long way for folks, but it's just a start. So I encourage you to do something today. Get out there, make that good resolution. If you want, you can join us on the Facebook group. It's Facebook, you can go to, 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/group, and that will redirect you to our Facebook group, and you can join there, and we can talk about resolutions a little bit more, maybe share our resolutions so folks will help keep us accountable. Okay, so now you know how to properly set New Year's resolutions, and I do hope that you'll go through this process with me this year so that you can you can get this done. I know you can. I know you can stick with it. So take into account some of the things we talked about today. And if you got something valuable out of this, obviously, having an accountability partner is pretty important. So why don't you share this with someone now? Why don't you share this with someone that can be your accountability partner for 2017 so both of you can find better health and fitness next year? Next time on the 40 Plus Fitness podcast, I share 11 of my best sleeping tips. Yes, you'll sleep better in 2017 as well by joining me on the next episode. Until then, have a happy and healthy day.